Right, hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's daily news time. We're going to level with you. These are becoming a struggle. I saw that you did 20 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it'd be with me.
I was like, who the fuck did 20 minutes on the news? It was Chris and Aubrey, yeah, definitely.
Wasn't great, it was just Aubrey.
The latter rather than the former on that. Just wind them up. There you go, there's a topic. Talk away. Should we just get him to do these on his own from now? We'll split screen it and he can talk to himself. So we've got two things we're going to discuss today. We're going to start with Emre Can. I'm going to come on to Adam Lallana.
Aye. Phrasing.
There we go. That how to draw out a new show. Innuendo. Emre Can looks like he's going to be fit for Friday, Chris. That's amazing news.
Yeah, so back in full training today, isn't he? It is good news. We're going to need him against that Chelsea midfield because you think of the way that they've been lining up over the last couple of weeks and it seems to be a bit more of a 4-1-4-1, doesn't it? You know, they got Kante playing in behind the four midfielders and the likes of Matic is still getting game time in there. That's a tough midfield. Matic in himself, I know last season he didn't have a great season. He's a good footballer. Hazard proved already this season that you can have a bad year and come back to your best.
Yeah.
You know, the likes of Kante and the likes of Matic in there, I think we'll need the physicality of Emre Can. And if he's an option to us, that's brilliant.
My immediate thought is if he's only starting full training today with probably 3 training sessions before the match, you wouldn't see him involved. But that being said, look at last season when he picked up the injury and he was rushed back and was it for Villarreal? He was pushed back into the team and he was absolutely out of this world. So we know that he has the ability to come back at a level. The fact that he's not played really any football so far this season is the big concern. It's a big test for the manager that. You know, whether you go, okay, yeah, we'll chuck him in on.
I was having a conversation with Neil Atkinson a couple of weeks ago from the Anfield Wrap, and we were talking about Emre Can and about the fact that Klopp's got so many options in his squad now that I don't think he feels he has to rush players back. You know, if it was a left-back injury or something like that, we might be forced into rushing someone back. But the fact of the matter is, Henderson just had his best game as a DM for us. Yeah. Wijnaldum is coming out with loads of credit from the last couple of games as well, from people who are just sitting there and watching him. Adam Lallana, we're already talking about, he's having one of his best seasons ever for us after 4 games, you know, starting to add goals and stuff. So that midfield's humming now, and it's good to see. And I think Emre Can will only add to that when he comes back in, but it's not, I wouldn't be unhappy if Henderson starts on Friday.
If the midfield was humming a tune, what tune would that be right now, do you think? Stronger by Kanye West. Yeah, go ahead. Let us know in the comments below. What song would the midfield? Zippity doo dah. I don't think we're there yet, but it's getting
Name the tune I've just hummed.
Yeah. So I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him come back in under the live bed. I would love to see Emre Can come in, but you're right. I would be more confident on paper with Emre Can in the midfield for that game. But
who comes out?
That being said,
is it as simple as Henderson comes out for you on paper to make you feel comfortable?
No.
Ooh. So, let me guess then, Wijnaldum comes out, Henderson moves forward.
You have to watch the Uncensored match.
Oh! Teasing.
Absolutely.
He's just bringing her up.
I've completely forgot to talk about it, doubtless. But no, like I say, the idea, if you've got all your players fit and you're going into a big game away from home, you want Emre Can in that midfield. It's as simple as. But that being said, what you don't want to do is you know how important he's going to be to the team going forward.
You don't want to stop that hum,
exactly.
Mid-hum.
Well, you know, you've got to think about how the team's playing together, and all of a sudden dropping a cold Emre Can into that team could actually undo some of the humming, as it were. You know. The next piece of news, Adam Lallana. It looks like he's been lined up for a new contract. Another piece of great news.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, there's a few players, isn't there, who've got, at the end of this season, we'll have a couple of years left on the contract. It's good that we're starting this now already. You know, if he picks up a horrific injury next week, we might not be having the same discussion. But no, seriously, Adam Lallana started the season really, really well. And he's one of those players who's become sort of a fulcrum of this side, if you want. And everything that we do he seems to fit in really well, and it kind of goes through him. And I'm really happy for him because he seems to have turned the crowd on side now as well. The Anfield crowd, especially, people around the country can think what they want of Liverpool players as long as Liverpool fans understand.
I think he's actually turned. I think he's turned football fans in general. I think there was a residual like for him because everyone loved him at Southampton.
Yeah.
Because he was such a great match of the day player, and the fact that he's actually starting to perform for England. He actually put the performances in the Euros, but didn't get the return from it. Getting that goal through the weeks, I think's put him on everyone's kind of like good list at the moment. So you're dead right. He's one of those. He's in a prime age right now. So you want to keep him. You want to keep him tied down because ultimately he's still got a few really good years left in him. I think. You don't want to run the risk of a Spurs or a whatever coming in and throwing some money towards us and maybe looking to turn his head if he doesn't feel like he's being made him, what's the word? We're not keeping him sweet basically. So offer him a new contract. He's probably not on ludicrous money anyway, so it's not like he's going to end up on 200 grand a week or something like that. So no, fine, do that, and as long as you can keep him confident and you can keep him happy and you can keep him taking over, brilliant work from Liverpool Football Club, because I don't want to see us lose. We've got a habit of losing players of quality, and I don't want to see us lose any more players of quality by our own laziness, lack of foresight, or just general stupidity.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is the perfect time to get contracts sewn up. I don't know whether you considered this at all, but the transfer window's ended. You're now looking at budgets for the next transfer window. Get your contracts sewn up before December, and then you know what you're playing with in January before you start maybe, all right, actually, have we got a little bit of room in the wage budget? I think we've got 35, 40 million in the bank. What have we got in the wage budget? Let's get these players sorted now. Let's get them tied down, and then we know what we're playing with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Completely agree. Let us know your thoughts then. But out of interest, how long a contract would you like to see Adam Lallana have at Liverpool? Because I'd be fascinated to see what kind of career he can have. Because he's gotten fitted and fitted. He looks like, I'd have said he was one of those ones who would have faded out by 30. And he could, based on the physicality we saw at Southampton at the start of his Liverpool career. But look at the way he is now. Is that like, do you burn bright but short if you're playing like that? Or is it showing you what levels of depth and reserves he's got in the tank that we could see him, particularly playing that deeper role? Okay, he will be required to press still as a Liverpool player, but could he have added some years to his career by not being a winger,
Well, I mean, are you asking me or the comment section?
I'm asking you because I'm looking at him.
I don't think he was one of those players who'll burn out, to be honest with you. I think his natural fitness, he is built on his natural fitness over the last couple of years while he's been at Liverpool. I think maybe a 4-year contract. So, time down till the end of...
The two he's got.
2 plus 2.
Two, yeah.
Exactly. Is probably the smart thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth talking to anyone about another year, because then at the end of next season, you're then looking to tie him up again because he's going into the second to last year of his contract and stuff. So, look, I think he's 27 now, isn't he, or is he 28?
I'd have had him at 28, but
I think he can play, at least if not for 4 years, probably a little bit longer. But he could be one of those players that becomes an impact player later on in his career. He's that type of player. He's a smart guy. He comes into the team and just picks out the pockets of space.
He looks to me because of his intelligence and his touch. Yeah, he's kind of player that, if provided he's not costing you, again, ludicrous money on a weekly basis, a 32-year-old Adam Lallana doing what you've seen these kind of players around, doing what like Vladdy Smicha was doing, you know what I mean? That kind of thing, having that role when he's playing 15 to 20 games a season, coming off the bench for a lot of things, starting certain types of games, having his experience and having that kind of character around the teams.
I truly believe that in 2 years' time we'll already have his replacement in the club, and he'll be ready to get into the first team, and then he can start doing that job role.
Yeah, exactly. We might even have it coming through already. You never know. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on any of that in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and name the tune that Chris is humming as well in the comments below, and leave your humming midfield song suggestions. Go subscribe to the redmentv.com. The Reds News Roundup's coming tomorrow. The final word was exceptional after Leicester. Go and watch that right now, completely free for the first month.